Welcome to this weighted floor, ab, and core workout. In this routine, we have a 2-minute warm up, 10 different exercises that we'll do for 45 seconds on with 15 seconds off for rest. We will not be repeating any of the exercises, so when we're done, you don't have to worry about coming back to it. After the 10 exercises, we will do a quick 2-minute cool down. Equipment for this workout includes light dumbbells. For reference, I use 3, 5, and 8-pound dumbbells, a soft mat or surface to lay on, and ankle weights for added resistance for your legs. If the exercises we're doing in this routine are new to you, I recommend that you try this routine body weight first, and then once you're used to it, you can increase the challenge when you come back to this workout by adding weights to it. Make sure you have your water nearby for hydration, and as always, listen to your body. If you feel pain in any exercise, stop immediately, and also make sure that you modify when necessary. That's all you need to know about today's class. Let's equip ourselves for our God-given task today. Are you ready for class? Let's get started. As you preview this exercise, we're going to go ahead and get set up. I want you to lay back on your mat, feet flat on the floor, palms laying beside you, and I want you to engage the core and begin to tilt your pelvis toward you, flattening your back against the mat. As you tilt towards you, I want you to exhale, and then I want you to inhale as you tilt the pelvis away. For this knee press, I want you to bring your knees to a 90-degree angle, and you are going to press your palms against your knees, and you're going to be resisting against yourself. You're going to press for 10 seconds, rest for 5. Go ahead and press. You might notice that you're starting to shake. That's a good thing. And rest. Make sure that core is engaged. And press again. Bring those fingertips behind your head. We're going to go into a modified bicycle crunch. So as you reach that shoulder towards the opposite knee, you're going to tap that opposite foot onto the mat. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure you're keeping your core engaged, that lower back pressed into the mat. Exhale as you bring your shoulder towards your knee. Flip on over to all fours. We're going to warm up that spine. You're going to alternate between flexing the spine and extending your spine. As you extend, you want to make sure that you are looking up, and then when you flex, go ahead and tuck that chin underneath. Make sure that you are breathing. Inhale as you arch the spine and exhale as you round. Now that we have that back and those abs warmed up, let's get ready for our first exercise. Grab your dumbbell if you're using one, and we're going to stay in that all fours position. With those feet tucked, we want the hips above the knees and the shoulders above the wrists. Make sure that that core is staying engaged, and you're going to lift up off of the ground and hover. You're going to begin to rotate and twist to work those obliques with this bear hold. Make sure that as you twist, that your chest is staying over the mat. We don't want the chest opening up to the side. Be mindful throughout this exercise and making sure that you're not raising those hips too high. The bear hold is a great exercise for those deep core muscles. Holding the dumbbell in your left hand, if you have one, remember you do not have to use weights if you're not ready for it yet. You're going to lift your right leg And then you're going to, as you lower your limbs, bring them together and get that crunching motion in as well. We're staying on the same side throughout this entire interval. Make sure that you're keeping your core engaged. Make sure that you're not arching that back as you lift your arm and your leg. Switch that weight over to the right hand now, and you're going to be raising the left leg simultaneously. Make sure that you're keeping your core engaged and that you exhale on the crunch. You always want to exhale during the contraction part of the exercise. This exercise is helping us build stability in our spine, and we are also strengthening those six-pack abs as we get that crunch in there as well. As we rest, let's get prepared for the next exercise by laying flat on our backs. We're going to bring those knees right above our hip bones, and we're going to have that weight above our heads, if you're using one. Keeping that lower back pressed into the mat throughout this entire exercise, you want to make sure that as you tap your feet and that weight on the ground, that you are not arching your lower back. Also, keep that core engaged by bringing that belly in towards your spine. And as you come up, get that contraction in the crunching motion. If you're not able to tap the feet on the ground without arching your lower back, then you can take out the lowering of the feet and you can just crunch. Hold your knees at that right angle and just crunch towards your shins. Let's go ahead and get set up for our next exercise. If you're using ankle weights, which are not required, go ahead and get them on and meet me back on the mat as we get ready for our bicycle crunch hold with the leg raise. Laying flat on the mat, engage your core, bringing your belly to your spine, contracting the abs, and bring those fingertips behind your head, and you're going to think about bringing the shoulder to the knee. As you get that bicycle crunch in, you're going to hold it and you're going to raise that opposite leg and then lower it back down and switch. Squeeze those abs as you hold that crunch, and as you do that leg raise, make sure that it is controlled and you're not just swinging it all wild and crazy. Feel free to eliminate the leg raise completely if this is not something that you want to do at this time. Remember, this is your workout, and you can always tweak a workout to work for you. Come onto your side, stack those feet on top of each other. You want to make sure that your elbow is below your shoulder and that you are keeping that shoulder away from the ear. If you have a weight, you can hold it on top of your hip. Here I'm modifying. You can have one knee bent or you can have them both bent to regress this exercise. If you're not regressing, once again, keep those feet stacked on top of each other. Make sure that shoulder is drawn away from the ear and keep that hip up. You may feel your hip trying to lower on you as you get tired. That is normal, but make sure that you challenge yourself and you keep that hip off of the ground. Switching over to the opposite side, once again, have those feet stacked on top of each other. core engaged. Make sure that that shoulder is drawn away from the ear. If you are regressing this exercise, you have the option of having one or both knees bent. Hold that weight on top of your hip and make sure that you are breathing throughout this exercise. As you get further and further into the interval, your hips are going to try to drop. Make sure that you keep those hips a decent distance from the ground. Come into a kneeling position. This can also be done standing if kneeling bothers your knees, and you're going to rotate that dumbbell around your body. Make sure that you're keeping the core engaged and that you are keeping that trunk stable. You don't want to be swaying back and forth. You want to make sure that you're staying upright and that you are stabilizing the core. This is a great exercise for your deep core and your stabilization. Lie flat on your back with the dumbbell in each hand. Make sure that you are keeping that lower back pressed into the mat. Your core is engaged. Your knees are above your hip bones and that those hands are directly above the shoulders. You're going to alternate lowering the left arm with the right leg and the right arm with the left leg. Once again, you don't have to use dumbbells. If you need time to get used to this exercise, you can do it without. And you also have an option. You can just do the legs and then you can switch to the arms instead of doing an arm and a leg at the same time. Come into a full plank position. You want to have those hands below the shoulders, those toes tucked, core engaged, and you're going to take your dumbbell and pass it from one hand to the other. If you don't want to be in a full plank, you can do a plank off of your knees. Make sure that you're keeping your core engaged. And breathing. As you pass that dumbbell back and forth, you want to make sure that you are keeping those hips facing the ground and that they are not opening up to the side. Lying flat on your belly, bring your hands directly below your elbows and push through the heels of the palm of your hand and stretch that back. Make sure that you're keeping the shoulders away from the ears and that you are using those glutes, squeezing them to help stabilize your spine. This stretch is also stretching the front of your abs because they got worked a lot. Roll over onto your back. You want to extend those arms out into a T shape. You want to bring that right knee across the other leg. And as you rotate the spine, make sure that you are looking the opposite direction of that knee. Bring that right knee back This time extend the right leg, bring the left knee over across the right leg, and you're going to look in the opposite direction, this time getting a spinal twist on the left side of your body. Come into a kneeling position, or you can sit with your legs crisscross. You're going to bring those fingertips behind the head, and you're going to arch that upper back, feeling that stretch all through the upper back. And then you're going to alternate and bring those arms, stretch them wide and back behind you. Feel that stretch in your chest. And you're going to alternate between stretching the upper back and opening up your chest.